There's something you've always suspected about reality. There's something that you've always questioned deep inside of you. What is this reality? Who are we truly? What is real? And so you keep going and seeking, searching and finding, discovering, believing, knowing, confirming. And every step of the way, you're deconstructing everything you ever thought, and at the same time confirming everything that you've ever thought. You realize there are no coincidences, but you see patterns everywhere. And then you get surprised. You connect the dots. You feel the presence. You hear the voices inside of you, outside of you. Where are they coming from? Welcome to them. You created this moment, and we heard your call. We created this moment, and we knew you were coming. Welcome to the mystics, your portal, your friends, as we guide you, as we accompany you into the unknown, becoming the known, and what you knew being reconsidered, being blown apart, put back together 1,000,000 times over. This is the ascension. This is the dropping in. This is everything. And we're here for it, with you. I'm Riz Mirza, psychic medium, shaman, trance channel, locksmith of the soul. Let's open the doors.
And I'm Lady O, intuitive empath, reprogrammer of the mind, the soul, and the heart to live a better, more peaceful life. Welcome to Psychic Pizza Party.
Express, Trance, Europe Express. Trance Europe Express. Trance Europe Express. Trance Europe Express.
Hello, everybody. How you all doing?
I like the quiet voice. Hello.
Was I quiet this time?
You were like, hello, everybody.
I'm feeling quiet because Taurus just went into my Taurus. Taurus. We just went into Taurus.
I'm not going to say anything. That would be ungentlemanly of me.
We just went into Taurus and I can't handle it. And the time like is going so fast.
Do you feel so?
Yeah, it is just like clicking by really quick. I look up and the time is just like moving so fast. And I think it's because it's packed. Like I'm just doing so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Do you remember the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze? Of course. Why do I need to say with Patrick Swayze? But I find that every time anyone says, do you remember the movie Ghost? They follow it up with Patrick Swayze.
we like to say his name.
Yeah.
Let's everybody say
I think
his
he's a
name
spirit
together.
guide right now.
Let's everybody say Patrick Swayze.
1, 2, 3. Patrick Swayze. I think that's going to be the new magical blessing.
Patrick Swayze.
Let's do it to everybody. Don't close your eyes. Keep looking at the screen. And we're going to send a wave of just the love that Patrick had for everything. Ready?
Yes.
It's going to wash over you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Patrick Swayze. Swayze.
Patrick Swayze blessing. He's swaying.
He swayed.
That's right. He was a swayer.
Yo.
He's an awesome
35,000
dancer.
years for me to figure that out.
Just like
That's
you
the word
figured out.
sway.
And the word Reddit meant Reddit.
Okay, guys. So we all read Reddit, right? And it means that you read it.
But it took us
And everyone's
how
there
long to
going,
figure that
yeah,
out?
there is. They know, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
I've been paying
welcome.
attention to other things
Yeah.
for a few lifetimes now. Things that are not of this particular focused world 3D reality. Things that are...
We know. Are you guys ready to have a good night tonight? Because it's about to go down.
I'm going to pop it off right now. Listen. I'm going to pop it off with my Ollie Pops.
So we're going to have fun today for those people who celebrate Easter.
And people like us who celebrate
Ishtar.
or Ostara or Ishtar.
We're celebrating rebirth.
This is a good time to tell you something that I was...
Is that your phone?
That was somebody texted me.
Sick.
It was Ostara.
Prince.
It was Patrick Swayze's spirit.
Party foul.
Okay, so listen to this. So I'm going through the Riz the Wiz Oracle Spirit Guide deck.
Okay.
I just happened to find a few laying around the house, as you can see behind us.
Right.
And I was posting a message from Ostara, also known as Ishtar. So when I channeled that message and I worked on the artwork, on the card it says Ishtar. No, in the book, the printing says Ishtar, but on the card it says Ostara. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Proofreader wife and proofreader assistant.
No.
Okay, you guys get what I'm saying? So when you buy
I
this
wonder
deck,
what happened.
well, now what's cool
Now
is
it's
that
super
makes it a
magical.
limited edition because the next printing is going to be fixed.
Right.
So the card says Ostara, and the deck, the book, the page in the book says Ishtar. So here's the card for today, everyone. This is the card of Ostara. If you don't know the origins of Easter, this is it right here, the goddess Ostara. Ostara or Ishtar became the word Easter. How? Well, like everything else, when the Muggles tried to take over the wizards and succeeded in some points, they changed that festival of rebirth and fertility, the goddess Ostara, as if I'm looking at her as if she doesn't know this, looking at you, because maybe you don't know this. The goddess Ostara descended from the heavens in the form of a bunny rabbit. That's why we have chocolate bunnies for Easter. She descended in the fertile symbol of the spirit animal, the rabbit, the bunny. And so she came as for the rites of spring, to make all the women fertile, to make all the men fertile, to make the soil fertile. It was the birth of spring. So that's why we celebrate this day, actually. But celebrate it any way you want. You celebrate it as Easter, fine. Just, any excuse to be grateful is good enough for me. But as us as shamans, as I guess you would say pagan, wizard, druid, multidimensional nothings, we like to say Happy Ostara. So Happy Ostara.
Happy
Happy
Ostara.
Ostara.
Erica is going to be reading my text I just sent her right now that asked her to get up and get my pink Easter egg that I forgot. It's behind her, and she's going to bring it over here.
You have a pink Easter egg?
I do. I want to welcome you guys to our show. This is Psychic Pizza Party, and
I'm Psychic Medium Riz the Wiz Trance Channel.
And I am Lady O, Intuitive Empath, and this is our pink Easter egg.
Why don't we put it right here?
Let me just see what's inside it, because I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I think there is something in there.
I'm going to let you do it. I don't know what's in there. So you guys,
Egg blessing for everyone.
we try to come on as much as possible on Sundays. And tonight we're really going to have a good time. We're going to do psychic tests, and we are going to take your questions.
There's another egg inside.
What?
I had no idea.
This is like a
Russian doll.
moist I don't know. Have any Russian people watching? Moistreka? It's called that thing when there's a doll inside another. I think it's called a moistreka. I'm not sure.
So although this is
Wow.
a psychic pizza party, you guys, I had to get watermelon
Isn't that
Why?
weird?
for my keto diet because
There's nothing in here.
Oh,
It's an eggless egg.
sorry. But
That was a
I'm
little bit
actually
New
fine with
invention,
it.
Erica. The eggless egg.
You guys can have 3 different conversations at the same time, can you?
yeah, we like to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Erica.
Hey guys.
Why don't you say hello?
Hi everybody. Nice to see you all again. Except I can't. I can
Tell
see
us what's
you, but you
actually
can't see
happening.
me.
Tell us what's happening.
Let's start
on the
off with a
chat.
little, chats
Yes.
and maybe a little astro update if anything's going on.
Absolutely.
We just had a big pink full moon last week.
We did have a pink full moon in Libra, which was really exciting. And it's the beginning of Taurus season. And we are finally out of Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. Yay!
Well, how many retrogrades are we out of?
We had Mercury and Venus retrograde happening at the same time, which was a little intense.
Okay.
How would we feel? What was the particular intensity of that retrograde this time?
Yes. So, Mercury retrogrades is about communication and Venus is about love and creativity. Both of them were happening in Aries. So it was about understanding your impulsivity, anger, action, drive, goals, but from a more reflective place where you got to observe yourself. In
That's
this
not
area.
very Aries-like to
I
be
know.
reflective and observe oneself, unless
That's
they're
why
looking
it
in the
was
mirror.
Retrograde. But if you made any decisions
I
during
would like to
retrograde,
say, except
probably won't
for London,
Our-
Aries' daughter. It's probably one of the few Aries.
She likes to look in the mirror.
No, but she's very reflective.
She's
So that-
extremely reflective.
they are.
I look at her and I see myself. That's how reflective she is. So that's amazing about how in the full moon, you're in the sun sign of Aries, but the full
Right.
moon will be in Libra.
Right.
We are now in the sun sign of Taurus, so that means the full moon will be in Scorpio.
That's right.
Scorpio moon's in the house right here. You're going to have an intense,
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
we're just going to have a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of fun.
Let's do a roll call, see if anybody wants to say where they're from, where they're watching from. What do they bring to the table of goodies?
Well-
Notice there's no pizza in the pizza party.
I know.
It's because we're mostly going keto, but we have to have keto pizza.
We started the pizza party before we went keto.
Yeah, clearly there's been a change.
So now it's like, okay. And I was going to literally almost have a salad because I need to have a salad
Yeah.
at this point because the greens
Yeah.
are so minor in my life now.
Right.
And I'm like, am I going to have a salad during my pizza party? That is
Lame.
Not happening.
That's really sad.
But I will say, Riz saved the day yesterday when he demanded keto chocolate.
Can
And
we
I
have-
said that does not exist.
It has like negative everything and,
And
so
he
low.
says
Yeah.
it does exist. And we searched high and low and we found it. 0 premium chocolate keto bark milk almond.
Right.
And by the way, I've had a couple and I don't feel guilty and I actually think I'm okay.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
yeah.
Every time I see this, I go, people will think that we're product placing, and we are not at all. We have nothing to do with it, and we're actually,
Hey,
that's really
let
dumb that
them
we're
think
not.
that because they could be just sending us stuff.
Well, I hope they do.
Somebody said to
Yeah.
me, do you guys reach out to products and ask them? And I'm like,
We're so
who has
busy.
time for that?
You want to do that for us? Anybody
Somebody
good at
else can do that.
marketing?
I mean, I should probably be
Erica.
the one doing that.
All right, I'm
so.
opening my wings.
She's the product queen.
Listen, my keto dry rub wings with my vegan ranch dressing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we have keto pizza next week? Is there keto pizza?
We're not on next week.
That's
For
right.
the following week, yes.
Okay.
So I'm just
well,
having
next
my
time we're
wings
on.
with vegan ranch dressing.
Oh, he got wings. I'm jealous.
We're both jealous.
Are you?
Yeah.
You want a wing?
That's like almost cheating.
How?
You're borderline. Borderline. It's still good though. I mean, it qualifies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay.
But yeah.
They're not fried, they're baked.
Guess what else we're doing tonight, you guys? We're going to read from the Oracle deck. The decks have arrived. Official announcement. We
Yes.
have tons of them. And
They beat the tariffs.
they sat on a
Yay.
shipping dock for so freaking long.
Oh,
but we got
seriously?
them. They're in our cozy house. We're here. We're yummy with them. And
Yeah.
we're so excited. And if you guys want to order them,
They do.
Riz
So I'm
channeled
posting the link.
this amazing deck. And it is from major archetype. I want to call it, what do I want to call it? Spirit guides. But there's
Right.
an,
Oh, yeah. You know that word spirit guides?
yeah, but there's another word that
Have you ever
goes
heard of that?
before it. It starts with an A.
No.
You know
Awesome.
what?
Amazing.
I should put a ticker. I should put a
I think you
ticker
like to
tape.
say the word archetype.
I'm gonna put a ticker tape at the bottom of the whole video or the show at all times. It's gonna say, "Araya is menopausal." Keep that in
Aw.
mind with everything she says.
Yeah. Give her a break.
If we had a
Give me a
live
break.
editor,
I
we
have
could put that
5
in.
kids.
Kids, give her a break.
Leave me alone.
5.
5 children, and they're all 19 to 32, y'all.
Say
So-
what?
Plus, I run my full-time business, so I get a chance to make mistakes.
So where's everybody from?
Okay. So
we are, yeah, let's do
Would you
that.
like to
And then
know?
I'm going to pull a card. You always read the cards. I want to read one this time.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to
Yeah.
shuffle and I'm going to get things started by reading a card and put everybody in the mood.
okay. So we
Okay.
have Brooke from Los Angeles.
Hey, Brooke, what's
We
up,
have-
girl?
Alita from Florida.
Alita.
Tanya from Southeast Texas.
Hello, hello.
Someone else from Southeast Texas, Love and Light.
I'll be there in May.
Heather from La Habra. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes, you are.
Buckshot's here.
Hello, hello,
From
Paul.
Carolinas, I think. If that's wrong, Buckshot, I'm sorry. Jennifer from Wisconsin. Patricia, North Idaho.
Wisconsin.
Mm.
Hey, you guys, how's the weather? Because we started to get warm now. It was these cold, weird, chilly nights, and then all of a sudden it just got balmy, and I was like, oh my God, we can heat up the pool. Are we gonna have summer now? Like, what's happening? Like,
Yeah.
can we like enjoy
Yeah.
the backyard? Like, what's
It
happening?
feels like it.
Yeah,
It feels like it. Pacific Northwest.
nice.
There's quite a few people from the Pacific Northwest.
Bigfoot territory.
Yeah.
Bigfoot
It's a little
territory.
rainy up there right now.
I want to know who's gone Bigfoot hunting. I would like to hear some stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
if you know any Bigfoot stories, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah,
we
love
got
it.
Jenny in the house. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny the mermaid.
Jenny's our resident holistic massage therapist, body worker extraordinaire, who we have been working with for, gosh, almost 10 years. And if anybody's interested,
And in the Southern California area.
you
Mm-hmm.
can find her on Instagram at
Mermaid
Sea Witch.
Witch.
Mermaid Sea
Mermaid
Witch.
Sea
Yeah.
Witch.
I told Jenny that she should offer Zoom massages.
What is up with these
Oh
jokes?
my God.
It's so disturbing.
I'm
Just
sure
put
somebody.
your hands against the screen. I bet you some people feel it.
I picked a card, you guys, and I said to myself, it's the one that's facing me that landed at the top.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it? The King.
The
Ooh.
King. Of course, I picked it. And guess what? This is the first time we've pulled this card.
We never
Wow.
pulled it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. I want to see if everybody can see it. Let me see. Yeah, I
see.
think you guys can see it.
Do you know that I have
We got the
not,
delay.
I don't even know the message because I trance channel these messages and
Forgot.
I have a tendency, as you know, where I don't look at my work again.
Right.
When I channel something, I don't watch the video. I don't listen to the audio.
I know.
I like to just keep moving forward. It's the thing. Some people just don't like to.
And of
playback.
course, I open it to the Queen.
No.
No.
Of course, I did. Of course, I did.
Okay.
I can't believe I put Ishtar. Okay. And we should.
Ishtar and Ostara are the same goddess.
I know, but we have to read that one today too,
Mhm.
by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. I'm not looking at the table of contents. I'm just going this way.
You need to go by the table of contents.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's story time. Everybody get cozy. Everybody
We're ready.
Some people like to be in their beds when they're watching us, getting
Oh,
ready
that's
to go to
fun.
sleep on a high note, right?
Somebody said you guys should do a Bigfoot retreat.
You guys.
I mean, it would be a search, but mostly you just see. We've did an investigation, a Bigfoot investigation, upstate New York, and you guys should go on to Amazon and you can watch Risen Lady O's Paranormal Road Trip. It's on Amazon, Apple TV, Tubi. Bet
Prime
you didn't know
Video,
that. There's a 4-part
Google Play.
series called A Paranormal Road Trip East Coast, and watch that, guys. There's a Bigfoot episode.
Okay, I'm going to read story time. Here we go. Everybody get cozy.
Want me to hold the card up?
Romper room. Settle around.
Oh, it's right
I
there.
had to say romper
Okay.
room. Okay. So this is the image, and I'm just going to see if I can. I don't want to ruin the book, but what about if I do this?
Well, the card is
Am I
there.
ruining the book? Okay.
I'll hold the card up. How about that?
Okay, story time. Here we go. This is channeled from Riz. I am Leo, the king of the heart chakra. The kingdom of love is the truest state of your own being, isn't it? But what is a king exactly? In the past ages, the strength of a king was not only measured by the power of his sword, but the kindness of his hands. To unite and not divide, to listen as well as to command, to lead and to know how to be guided by the light. Within you now is the moment to feel the genuine heart of a king within yourself so that you might serve and provide. Think about building a kingdom that will last the ages and prosper. With compassion, vision, recognize the souls who embody this regal bearing and nurture it in those who have the spark. Respect the passing of the crown as well when it is time. This is wisdom. And when it is your turn to wear it, step up and stand tall. As you stand before the lands that reach your new horizons, know that you can bring others with you and not be left behind. You too can provide food for the body and soul with your courage, lion heart, and vision. Now is the time to honor the crown and place it upon your blessed head. The crown embodies the chakras in full radiance, beaming waves of light that connect you to the universe more fully and bring light to the path of the person you travel it with. A false king serves himself and rules the people, while a true king rules and serves the people. Rejoice.
Wow.
It's actually a typo in there, unless you read it wrong.
What?
It's supposed to be a real king rules himself and serves the people.
No way.
Is that a typo?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God.
It's okay. It's our
Woo.
first edition.
My Virgo rising's alarms are going off.
Wait, hold on. Is there a pen?
Let me read it. Let me just make sure.
No, it's right there. A false king serves himself and rules the people, while a true king rules and serves the people.
No. It's supposed to be
So-
rules himself but serves the people.
Well,
Well,
first the Oracle deck.
I'm all
first
messed up
edition.
now.
Okay, well, you can leave.
I'm mentally checked out now.
Okay, check out. I'm going to take over.
Go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's
Anyway,
up? Riz is going to
moving
check
on,
out.
you just move on and you start doing some other things and you.
Well, this is really good
fix
for
the things
everybody
that
because
happen
they get
later.
to watch what happens when you have a trigger. So Riz is in the middle of a trigger. So we all get to watch his process since he teaches people how to process triggers. So it's a really good time.
Here's how I process it.
Yeah.
Food.
Erica, everyone who orders it,
Uh-huh.
you're going to send them corrections via email.
Corrections.
Like an email with the correct things. Like this is what is incorrect in the book and this is what's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can do that. I thought you were going to say, the way you said my name, I thought you were going to say,
Yeah, I thought
you're
Erica
going
was
to
in
process
trouble
it by
again.
punishing me.
Yeah, because
Oh, wait, I
went out
didn't
the
think
team. That's what I thought too.
I really thought
Give me
that
a
was
second. First, I like to correct the error. That is so bad.
Okay, let's just wait while Riz
okay.
somehow collects himself.
I thought you said you weren't going to wait. Now you're waiting?
Yeah, I decided to wait. I decided to put the spotlight on you all together.
Jenny
Now,
said Leo fire.
now we're just going to watch.
That's not good.
Brooke
Oh,
says,
yes, it is good.
Brooke says it was perfect even with the typo. It's okay.
Well, Brooke, thank you.
See how much that helped.
At least Brooke said something.
Angelic Healings by Holly Official said, I love the deck and I love the art. Buckshot says, I'm trying to order now, but you guys keep distracting me.
We're going to wait until Riz comes back.
And of course, it's M the Leo card.
Ball says do a limited edition.
Yeah, it's limited edition.
Yeah, but there's 16 boxes over there. They'll sell out, right? That's what you're gonna say next. They're all gonna sell out, Riz. They always do.
We'll just put a note in it. Okay? Let's put a note. I mean,
I'm gonna need like
I've
double of
totally
these now.
gotten things that have typos on them like all the time.
Well, good for you.
Okay. So
Brooke says it was a really powerful message about
It
the
was.
lion.
yes.
She said a lot of lion encounters. And Nancy said, I thought it was really powerful. And Damien said, I'm really excited to receive the deck.
Yay. Well, all the shipments went out the other day. So if you have already pre-ordered, it's on its way to you.
Right.
And if you are interested, Erica put the link and you
Yes.
can get this limited edition collector's very special Oracle deck. So that's the first one. We'll do another one later. Moving on.
Yes, move on.
We can take questions and we'll take questions tonight of any kind. I can take empathic questions, sensitivity questions, nervous system questions, your spiritual road, your path, those type of questions. No problem.
Yes.
Help you with that. And then Riz can take any psychic medium questions.
Spirit guide
anything
questions.
Spirit guide, yeah. Spirit guide
Shamanic questions.
Shamanic, any,
Proofreading questions.
yep.
Erica can answer those.
And what I'd like to do is sprinkle.
Or apparently not, actually.
Hey.
I'm going to sprinkle
Sick burn.
in. Oh my God. This is what it's like to have a party with Riz. There's always something. Okay, you guys listen. You are going to have to put your psychic hats on because guess what? We're going to pull from the magic basket.
Yes.
We are going to do psychic tests.
Yes.
You guys ready?
Yes, we
Get
are.
your
Yeah.
fingers on the keypad. Get ready. So what we're going to do is I'm going to feel around and find one object, hold it. I'm going to meditate on it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to let it into my being. And then you guys, as you start to get your downloads or your messages coming in or what you think it is, write it out. And then I just
Oh.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to something and then we're gonna begin, okay? Here we go. Here's the first one.
He's still staring at you.
Okay, I'm holding it in my hand. I have both hands wrapped around it. I feel the texture. And I'm focusing on the color and the intentionality. Like, what was the purpose of it? Why was it created? What's it for? What's its purpose? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple, maybe a minute. Start writing them down. Now, remember, this is an object. Abby says this is a perfect opportunity for you to do breath work.
Thank you, Abby.
Abby, just be glad you're not here right now. That's all I have to say. Okay, so I got some answers coming in. We have keychain. Linda says keychain. Christine says yellow jelly bean. So you guys are just guessing, but that's fine. This is how it starts. You have to warm up. Oh, what's the word?
Lena said
stone. Okay, so Lena, you're in the ballpark. So just hang tight on that. You're very close, if not almost there. Patricia says a squishy stress ball. Miriam says an Easter egg. Newfie says
jade ornament.
A jade ornament. Shannon says a blue pen. Lipstick. Interesting. Red Kush ball. Fingernail polish. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. What's really interesting is some of you guys got some things that are familiar to this, but not it.
Oh, really? I don't even know what it is.
The only person who's right is Lena.
What?
No
Ring the
way.
bell.
Lena.
Rose quartz
Stone. Wow.
stone
Wow.
obelisk mini.
That was good.
Well,
So
Newfie
somebody said
jade.
said jade,
Yeah.
Right? It's the same texture.
same texture.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
good.
somebody said lipstick.
Oh, the
Looks
lips.
like a lipstick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
looks
it's very
sick.
good.
Brooke said crystal, and I think she said
She
it.
did say, somebody did say crystal.
Somebody said crystal, so
that's
she
who
got
gets
it.
She gets it.
So, well, her and Lena.
Brooke said crystal?
Yeah.
Well, she
Brooks?
said crystal because it was after you said stone was close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, that was really good. Okay.
Good warm up. Let's
So
keep
it's
going.
a good warm up. Do you want to do one more before we
Yeah.
kind of take questions?
Let's do one more.
All right, Erica, and you let us know when's a good time to take questions.
Yeah. Whenever
Whenever
you're
we're ready?
but people are enjoying this. I have a couple.
All right, we're going to do one more. Are you ready? Okay. I have it in my hand. There's a certain feeling I'm getting. There's a texture, a temperature, a purpose. Feel it. First thing that comes to you, don't judge it. Riz, guide them through.
Totally relaxed. Totally relax. Be easygoing. Don't try to, just play around with it now.
Jenny, I cannot believe what you just said. So Jenny said gold something. Man, wait till you
Pull it
find out. Wait, no, I'm seeing what else is coming in. Beaded bracelet. Keep in mind, Linda, don't be so hard on yourself. You said you were wrong the first time, but guess what? There's a reason why you said that. Hang on to that answer and I'll tell you why later. Okay. White puffy. And also, Damien, same for you. So what's happening is they're picking up on other items in the basket.
Oh, no.
That's
Don't
what-
tell them that.
I know, but they don't know which ones I'm going to hold next.
True.
You guys don't understand. You're picking up on other items in the basket. This is
Wow.
crazy. Black obsidian, round dark button. Oh my God. Okay. Keep going. You guys are doing good. This is crazy. Just go with it. Don't be afraid or ashamed or weird if you've never done this before. Just try. That's how you get started, is you just kind of jump in the pool.
Right.
So green round. So a lot of people are saying round, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Right, try to get the shape. Another thing,
so should
just
I
try to think of purpose
should
also.
I? Yeah, purpose. Yeah, because you could also say, what is it used for?
Right.
Is it a tool?
Let's try
or
that
is
right
it
now.
Is it a play toy? Is it a tool?
Okay,
Is it
no.
cosmetics or?
Just what is it used for? Whatever
it
that
like-
brings to your mind, right?
Yeah.
What is it used for? Let's try that, guys, now. And just type in whatever you think it might be
Newfie,
used
keep
for.
in mind what you just said because you're looking at other things in the basket. It's crazy. Okay. All right, ready? I think I'm going to go.
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
So this is a gold
Wow.
Trader's Joe. This is a Trader Joe's, sorry. Like chocolate, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody gave it to me.
I did.
You
Some random person gave it to me. Some annoying random person gave it to me.
says yes.
It's fair.
It's
Fair.
It's chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It feels really solid and good. Like, I don't even want to mess with the label. I don't want to take it off. It looks so nice.
Yeah, I didn't get it to be eaten.
So those of you that said round, quite a few said round.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, you were right on. You said gold.
yeah.
Newfie said chocolate. But I don't know when she said that. I guess she probably said it now. Yeah, because there's a minute delay. So she said it beforehand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very
That's
impressive.
really cool.
Yeah.
You guys are doing good.
Getting better on
Yeah.
the second try.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay. Awesomeness. Now we're going to move on to messages.
All right. Let's begin.
All right. Woohoo. Okay. So we have well, actually, are there any spirit shout outs?
Yeah, there are.
Would you like to do that first?
Yes. So there used to be this musical group. I mean, they might still be around. They're called Creedence Clearwater Revival. I think they did a song called Proud Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And so that song is playing. So it tells me there's a Mary here on the other side connected to you, someone who's watching right now. Or I would say that there's a Creedence Clearwater Revival connection here.
Wow.
That's how it happens. Sometimes, when they first start introducing themselves to me, it could be a song, it could be a name. They like to communicate in these ways because I think that there's so much emotion, so much memory, and so much about, like, why don't they sometimes just say their name?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they do. But sometimes they do this kind of thing. So that connects to you. Another thing is, wow, this is interesting. So this person, or maybe it was you, again, they're bringing up, this is a second spirit shout out, you have a big eye on your wall, like a painting of an eye, or this symbol was between you and this person. And the third shout out is the name Abe, A-B-E. For someone watching, they keep saying Abe. So let me know if that's connected to you. All right.
Okay.
Those are 3 shout outs now.
All right. So we have a super chat
Yes.
from Heather,
Hi, Heather.
who asks, will I meet my next person online dating?
I'm actually getting that you're going to meet the person in an indirect way through online dating, in the sense that it feels like, I know this is interesting, like you're going to be dating someone, or you'll make some friends through online dating, and then someone in their friends group is the person that you will end up having something more than just a fling with, more of a meaningful relationship. That's where I see it. I also want to say one more thing to you, Heather. A couple of things, if I may add.
She's also the spirit shout out.
Okay,
I just found out.
which is okay. Well, good for you, Heather. Good for you. You're right in tune. What is which one?
The Creedence Clearwater.
Okay.
Her dad is on the other side. His name is Bill, and he played Creedence Clearwater in his band the last time she saw him play.
Thank you. Well, he's still playing. Wow, it's amazing. And you happen to be the first reading of the day, of the night.
Wow.
Guys, do you see how this works?
My God.
Deep, deep psychic energy and magic. When we connect in this way, what we're really doing is we're just opening ourselves up, and we're becoming aware of the connections. We're not even making the connections. Connections are already there. We're waking up to them. So great for you, Heather. Dad is absolutely then saying hello. And I would say that Dad is going to be the Cupid on this one with terms of your matchmaking. But it's almost like so when you meet someone, yes, date them, and don't go, I wonder if it's his friend I'm supposed to date. Don't go in it with that. Just keep this as, put a little, what I'm saying, put it on the back burner, put a little smiley face emoji on it. Just remember that I told you that, and continue onwards. As far as your dad and CCR, they're still playing. the great gig in the sky, as Pink Floyd would used to say.
Awesome.
Maybe he's talking to me about Pink Floyd. I don't know, but he is definitely here and present. And I guarantee you, he knew you were going to be the first reading, Heather. So know that he's around you. See this as a confirmation that he's with you, and can't wait to hear about where the love life is going to lead. Keep us tuned. Keep us updated.
Can you share your wings?
Yes. Here.
And
Here's a beacon.
that's my
Why?
daddy.
Why are you just giving me one?
Because this has like bones and things in it.
So you just don't want me to eat the rest of them.
That's
Can you just pass
Truth.
the whole thing? Dad,
Here.
you just gave me one.
Okay.
I'm about to order some.
Uh-huh.
Here.
Dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
They look really good.
Mm-hmm. Can you pass my napkin there? Okay, go ahead. Next one.
Christine Marie said that she just bought a large metal eye with a mirror in the middle.
Hello.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ring them down. Thank you. Hi, Christine. I'm Riz Mirza. Nice to meet you. You have a shaman spirit guide hanging around you and loves that. And I'm talking shaman with like grass growing out of his head and shakers and a drum around his neck. And there's an eye on the drum. And that's what your shaman spirit guide looks like. Would be a good time this year if you could get away to a place where that kind of energy exists. Costa Rica, South America, Chile, Peru, places like that. You don't have to, because your spirit guide is already with you. But I see that there is a connection there. It feels very great deal of support for your nervous system, Christine, and your spine. And I'm actually having to go back to the fall of last year. So October, November. By the way, is there a date around the middle of November that means something to you in mid-November? Because there's a big light there when I look back, and that usually is either a celebration or something marking the date of something, of a transition of some sort. And does the name Anthony mean anything to you, Christine? Let me know. But that's a beautiful thing that you bought. Great, nice energy around it. Your shaman spirit guide is very happy. He also has a frog on his shoulder that's croaking. Look up the meaning of frog magic, frog medicine. I don't mean psychedelic frog medicine. I mean frog medicine as if you see a frog. If you see an animal, we call that medicine. You see a deer, that's called deer medicine.
She has an Uncle Anthony.
There
on
you
the
go.
other side.
Huh?
On the other side.
Look at that. He's here. Ring it. So Uncle Anthony is here. And that's usually, okay, thank you. So Red Eagle is telling me you knew him before in that tribal life where this shaman energy knew you, shaman being knew you before. So yeah, sometimes it's a surprise that people that we don't expect them to have that connection with us do, because in each lifetime they play a different role. So someone who maybe have played a very prominent role spiritually in a last lifetime might be just your friendly neighbor this lifetime, or your not so friendly neighbor this time. Yes, they just come as watchers. Sometimes, you understand what I'm saying? So somebody who was very into your life in the last lifetime comes by to be like an extra in this life. Like they live across the street, or, they were just your 4th grade science teacher who was just checking in on you. It works like that as well.
I love when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So please let Anthony's family know, besides yourself being in his family, that he is having the time of his afterlife.
Aw. I like that.
I tried to start planning my costumes, you guys, for Halloween.
What?
And Riz didn't let me. He said it's not June yet.
What?
Yeah, you're not allowed to think about it.
Very
Wait, that feels like
blasphemous.
this is a new rule.
Well, there's always room for new rules.
It's never too early to plan your Halloween.
Please, let's not talk about Halloween right now.
Wait, who is this Riz?
I don't even want to
It's
talk
called
to this
keeping
person.
it sacred. See, isn't that interesting?
I'm gonna burn him at the
No,
stake.
wait.
That's
This is
it.
not
Oh,
you.
more
You've never
Halloween
done this
references.
before. I'm sorry, but I don't recognize this person who's not.
we're
wanting to talk
going to
about
hit Halloween 6-month mark, April 31st, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no April. Is there an April 31st?
No.
I don't think there is.
30 days have September, April, June, and November.
Uh-huh.
On a rest of 31, except for February.
What was that last part?
You're just being bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe I can't talk about Halloween right now.
Is my head shiny?
Not really.
All right. Well, can I
Maybe
ask
I
you a
want my head
question?
to be shiny.
Here,
What?
you can look right here and see.
It's not shiny. Oh, there's a shine. Look, if I go like that, there's a shine.
Well, most
Right there.
shaved or bald heads are like that.
Yeah.
That's called
highlight.
normal.
Okay.
Okay,
How about a question?
Sure.
Okay.
good question.
We have a super chat from Christine, different Christine, not the same Christine.
Christine 16, one of my favorite songs. Okay, go ahead.
Can my guides inform me as to the current situation with my dad? Dad is being exploited.
Exploited?
That's what she said. Yes.
Is he by his partner? Let's wait.
There's a question from Stormy Norman, but it's really a Oriah question.
Okay, we can do that after this one.
Lady O question. I'm finishing.
Take them. It's all right.
Very
That's
generous.
a question. Let's see what Christine comes back.
Yeah, let's ask her. I need to know if this is with the partner or not.
Okay, if it's with a partner or not.
Is the exploitation of the partner or not? And what's his
I
first
see.
name?
Okay, and also his first name.
Yeah.
Christine, and his first name, please, Christine, if you're listening. And then next you'll do Stormy's question,
Mhm.
Mariah. Okay.
Yes.
And there's another question for you, as well.
Okay.
So I'll just bookmark that while we wait for Christine. Hello, Christine. Where have you gone? She just posted very recently. So I'm not sure what her delay may be
Mm-hmm.
sometimes on the replay. But
Christine.
Christine.
We're asking you a question.
Christine.
Oh, Christine.
Oh, Christine.
Christine.
Oh, Christine.
Christine, leave
Oh,
the
Christine.
room. Oh, Christine.
Pay attention.
Okay.
There she is.
The elderly woman is brainwashing my dad as to selling my mom and dad's property. My mom passed away.
Mhm.
His name is Adolfo.
And what's the question?
She wanted to know if her guides had any sorry, let me go back to it. Information about this current situation.
He's very much under her, I want to say under her foot, under her thumb, emotionally. And you would have to do a great deal of pulling and battling to turn this around. He does not feel, to me, mentally incapacitated. I don't think you'll be able to do anything legally in terms of being able to say he doesn't make his own decisions. Doesn't feel like that angle works here. I do feel the pressure of her, and the pressure is really more he has allowed it, and that's the thing. He has allowed it.
Do you feel like he just doesn't care anymore?
Yeah, he's trying to make any move to feel better.
Yeah.
He's trying to make any move to feel better. But, you know, his vision is clouded, that's for sure. But it's almost like in his mind, it feels, yes, he feels he's down. Okay, he's just down. And he hasn't straightened up his spine. And in some ways, he's not the man that he used to be. Give me a moment here, because there's a lot of emotional stuff I'm feeling into him psychically. The thread that I want to say, the connecting energy to you is still there. That does not feel broken. And he does not have that collapsed with the choices that he makes. By the way, your mom is handing over a beautiful rose to you today. Was she very into Easter? But it's a rose. It's not like Easter flower. What are Easter flowers? Tulips or something?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tulips.
Anyway, it's a
lilies.
big red rose.
She said she's scared of the situation. She can see his memory is starting to slip.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like he's still incapacitated. And I a lot of the time when I look into something psychically, I'm looking into the legal ramifications too, because I do a lot of work with people where they ask me psychic legal questions about where things are going, and I don't feel that would be a route here. Let me tune in.
Smelled roses today.
Yeah, that was Mom. Okay. Yeah, your dad is. Look, I like to. I shoot it to you straight. I kind of see him just saying, "I'm just taking my hat off." What does that mean? That's when a person is just like, "I'm done." Maybe not with life, but a certain part of life, a certain chapter. This is just his way. People try to make moves to move energy in their emotional field. Like, I got to do something. Some people shave their head. Some people change the furniture. Some people get up and get in the car and drive for 3 days into the middle of nowhere. This is one of those moves of he's trying to move energy, but he's not about to go on some spiritual path, you see. But this is the only thing he can do. I don't feel like you're going to be left out financially. You just make sure that, he's taken care of financially, that this also, keeps him secure. Okay.
Can I have the top?
The what? Yeah, sure. Sure.
Easter egg collection. So a couple people are asking questions that are for me.
Yeah, go for it.
And a couple, they're all kind of in the same genre. So I'm just going to handle a few people at once.
Yes.
So regarding the nervous system and muscle aches and the body freaking out,
Right.
Who else has that?
So that was the username, Dr. Ace. And I asked what their first name is. I don't know. But Stormy as well had that question.
Okay, guys. So obviously this is a really, really big area and requires like a lot of videos on this topic. So I can't go into it in depth and detail, but I will give you guys some forward actions, things to do to start the process of healing your nervous system and your muscles and your spine while you're going through awakening. So imagine you were in a roller derby or a bumper cars, at the carnival, and you've been doing that for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So that's what happens when you're unawakened. When you're unawakened, you're kind of throwing yourself against the wall. What that means is you're not making conscious decisions and choices for yourself. So you'll make choices that are not the best. And it'll wreak havoc on you, on your nervous system. And you'll put yourself in situations that are not the highest situation for your benefit, right? How would I say that? It's just, it's not the best situation to be in. And we put ourselves in those situations when we're unawakened. So we don't know. Our eyes are closed. We're unaware. So we feel a lot of damage after decades of this. And then when you awaken and you realize what you've been doing, you're full of bumps and bruises all over your body from your life. Okay. That's what's going on. And then some people call that PTSD. You can call it whatever you want, but there's ways to heal that. So you have to break it into segments. So there's the mental part, and the mental part just takes time because you have to rewire and reprogram your thinking and your belief systems. And that helps to watch every video we've ever done on this channel, and that'll cover that topic about the mind. And then regarding let's talk about the muscles. Regarding the muscles, there's muscle things that you can take, like magnesium nitrate, glycinate. And that's what I take every single night, and that repairs your muscles while you sleep. So look into that. And so a lot of bees, but that's just something you have to look into, because we're not specialists, we're not doctors, we're not healthcare professionals.
We're not offering medical advice.
We're not offering medical advice. I'm just saying what works for me during the awakening process. So getting your muscles to get out of fatigue and to recalibrate your muscles, you have to feed it the proper proteins, you have to feed it the proper diet. So you have to get out of inflammatory eating and inflammatory foods. So you have to stop eating inflammatory foods.
White rice, pasta, bread. I mean,
all the good stuff. Basically the good stuff. Everything that you want to eat that's amazing, you have to stop eating that. That stuff will
liquid sugars,
processed food, fried
that includes
food,
fruit juices,
vegetable oils, anything that the body doesn't recognize. Basically, it goes down to that. So if the body doesn't know what you're putting in it, then it has a really hard time getting rid of it.
But here's the thing but most people don't know that statement. If the body doesn't recognize it, nobody knows what that means, because
break it down.
Because we've just been eating everything under the sun. So basically, I would say all the oils, other than just get rid of all the seed oils. Sugars and starches.
Yeah, you're not breaking it down. So let me break it down, because I asked you to break it down. You didn't. So here's what I mean by breaking that part down, if he's going to break apart what I'm saying. So your body only understands certain molecules and certain organic foods that are
whole foods.
Yes, that are meant to be assimilated by the body properly. And there's certain foods on the planet. There's a majority of them, by the way. Before artificial foods came into the picture, everybody on the planet knew how to eat like this.
I saw a bumper sticker once that had said, "Your grandparents ate organic food. It was called food."
Right. That pretty much sums it up. If it's not that, and if it's foods that are processed, artificial, basically fake foods, plastic foods, enhanced foods, GMO foods, any kind of foods that are artificial in nature, and they're no longer the molecular structure, they're no longer organic.
Right.
So what happens is your body doesn't understand it. It doesn't know what it is. So it can't actually break apart these molecules, and they don't know how to store them. So it goes into different organs, liver, spleen, colon. It goes into all these places trying to figure out what to do with these things, these molecules. And what happens is, especially with polyunsaturated fats and sugar, is it turns to fat, and those fat cells are storing all of these toxins. Believe it or not, there's a lot of toxins from these chemicals that you're eating. So you get joint inflammation, you get arthritis, you get flares for Crohn's disease, you get all these
degenerative diseases.
Yeah, gut issues, IBS, everything. And so what happens is, it's just because your body doesn't like what you're eating. So a big portion of you getting better, and a big, if you want to give yourself like a big leap of healing, it's kind of like a consciousness, also a conscious leap. So if you want to give yourself a big leap in consciousness and a big leap in healing, and like really make a huge difference in your life, you're going to have to change the way you eat. And when you change the way you eat, you're going to immediately start to see, within days, your body starts responding immediately, because it goes, "Oh, thank God. Thank you very much. I needed that food. Oh, thank you. I was missing that, and that. Let me just plug that in here, and here, where I'm in deficit. Oh gosh, I was like starving and withering away in this area, but now you gave me those nutrients. Now you gave me those organic foods and superfoods, and now you gave me those supplements, and now I can plug those into the areas that have been without." That includes electrolytes, so in your water. So all these deficiencies, and the organs malfunctioning, and your skin having issues, your muscles having issues, your joints having issues, and all of this, including hormonal, starts to shift and starts to get better and starts to go into homeostasis if you keep doing it. And it's just a process, right? And it's a part of the awakening. You have to awaken also to what you consume and what you put in your body. and the least amount of toxins you possibly can, the better. The body will thank you later for that. And so that will take care of the body. And the nervous system, by the time you get to the nervous system, you already have been working on your mind, you've been working on your body, and then you move your body, do like 20 minutes of walking per day.
I mean, we want to get into, ultimately, you want to do 10,000 steps a day. That's,
yeah, I'm still working on that.
yeah, I at least get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
I mean,
guys.
I do about 2,000 to 3,000 right now.
Yeah.
Steps a day. So, but I'm working my way there. So, and then losing the weight, that also helps, right? So as you drop weight from eating these organic foods and getting rid of these heavy fat, saturated fat foods, you will start to feel better. And as you start to feel better, your awakening goes easier. Your nervous system will start to heal on its own. The nervous system takes time. I had to do a lot of adjustments in my life to get my nervous system back on track. So I had to eliminate a lot of people out of my life that were toxic. I had to stop going to areas or things or places where it was hard on my system. I had to take a break from driving for a while. Menopause really just amplified everything. So I really wanted to take it easy. And then now I'm back to driving again, but I had to heal my nervous system from just decades of, I've been like, my life has been like Evel Knievel. Like literally, I was just the strongest, fastest rider on the block, just driving my car fast, you know, as a business owner and educator of my own, like educating myself on how to run my own business and being self-employed since 2003 and raising 5 kids and going through divorces. And so like, you just get very focused. And so it took me years to heal. So it's a journey, it's a process, and it takes time, and you have to just stay on it and not give up. Hope I didn't put anybody to sleep. But there you go.
Yeah, spirit shout out?
No, I was actually going to segue for a moment because we have some questions about the Mystic Circle and our membership.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe we can let people know what's coming up for that.
Well,
And what it
Well,
is.
I'm going to be teaching a course, I found out.
on Wednesday.
I find out when I look at my calendar.
Like
I go, I'm teaching a course on
like
Wednesday.
Audrey and Sharon.
This
I swear to God.
was not a mistake by me. I just want to say for the record, I didn't mess this up.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
What? There was no mess up. It's good.
Yeah.
Just checking because it sounded like
You
for a
guys, when
second,
you join the
maybe I
Mystic
didn't
Circle,
remind
you get
Grace.
to have these classes online, live.
Q&A.
Q&A. Mhm.
And whoever's in the membership joins on the Zoom. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can. Once a month, Riz goes on. Once a month, I go on. And you get to ask any questions, and he'll answer these questions and stay on until the end and answering every question you have. And it's really informative, and you can deep dive into the psychic phenomenon and go into his field of
And we are going to go there. We are absolutely going to go there.
Yes.
So join us, guys. Join the Mystic Circle. It's going to be, we're building it up into a community. It's tiny right now, but it's going to be fun. So that spirit shout out that I gave about the name Abe.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
I'm getting that it might be Gabe.
Oh, Gabe. Okay.
Gabe is a spirit shout out. All right. I have one more spirit shout out. So my guides are showing to me one of you. I'm going to describe what they're showing to me. It's like a tower of stones. And this tower of stones, it's like somebody made this. Or you were making this. Like placing one stone on top of, stacking stones on top of one another. And were you doing this recently? Or is there a person on the other side that you're connected to that used to do this? Yeah, let me know. Let Erica know. Next question.
Okay. Let's see 1 second. This is from Bal. March was hard emotionally and financially. Will the chaos go soon? Can I improve financially? I have stuff going on with my kids, love, kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel that the well feels quite empty and scarce, sparse. I can feel it. I feel the well, you know, like the bucket going down in the well, and there's just a certain amount of water left, even though I feel the water still keeps coming in. It's just kind of, you're keeping it right. You're not going under, but you're not surfing at nowhere near it right now. So I do see that. I'm looking into what timing, 4 months. So what is that? August. Well, August is where I see this turning around financially. It's 4 months. That's when it gets a little bit more golden, okay? We will see that. Feels pretty strong. So we'll see that pan out. You cannot stop having fun. The ocean is your friend. If you can get to the water, you need to feel the water on you, because you need to feel the fun of life. You need to feel the water as the fluid, abundant energy around you. And you need to feel that cleansing your aura, because I feel that you go in it, you go into those spaces, and more in the shadow, you might say, from the concerns. Yeah, it feels very family and kid related around all of that, responsibilities. Okay, I see. I want you to think of, Bal, I want you to think of the coolest classic car right now that you can think of. Hold that vision in your mind. The coolest classic car. Now I want you to, okay, you got it in your mind right now? Stay with me here and really drop in with me. And then I want you to see yourself. Do you remember Sean Connery when he played James Bond and the clothes he would wear? I want you to see yourself dressed like that and just leaning against this car or sitting in this car. Not that you're supposed to buy this car. Forget all that stuff. Don't read into this. Just see it. See yourself. Zoom in and look at the look on your face. Look at the look on your face in this image that I am trying to transmit and create with you right now. Hold on to this for about 17 seconds. We're going to do it right now, Bal. I want you to just focus on yourself in that awesome looking suit and that classic car that came to you in your mind just now, and just see yourself. Look at your shoes, look at your suit, look at the look in your eyes in this image. Keep holding it and keep holding it, and let his eyes in the picture in your mind speak to you about who you are. Let his eyes in the picture speak to you about who you are, and keep holding that vision. Give it another 6-7 seconds. Let's keep going. Good. Let it go now. Do it again tomorrow. Do it again the next day. And I want you to do this for 17 to 20 seconds, not more than that. Every day. Twice a day. And begin to move this energy. Because the other thoughts, even if you think them for hours, are nothing in comparison to the potent focus on the abundance of your true self here.
For the spirit shout out.
Yes.
For the stones.
Yes.
It could be either Shannon or Erica.
Erica.
Okay. So Erica's question was that I'm feeling some pretty intense heart love energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time of healing.
Wait, what's the stones connection?
Oh, sorry. She was building an altar of stones in her house.
When?
Recently.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
And I'll do the second person as well, but I'm going to do Erica first.
Okay. I'm feeling some pretty intense heart love energy. It's been a long time of healing. Any advice for grounding this heart energy and trusting the unknown?
I like that you said unknown. Here's why. The first thing that I was getting about the heart energy and relationships around you is that allowing the unique individuals to be around you and I think they're already there, but they will increase. And not that you have to go out and make a ton of new friends and take on something. Anything I tell you guys, it is with the least kind of legwork. It's more internal work about how psychically you can shift your vibration by changing the way your psychic energy works. What is your psychic energy? It is the energy emotionally that you are walking around in from the experiences that you have had, which are part of your soul path, and then how you're processing them, right? Everything, your whole body is a process, right? Think about how much food you've eaten, but the stomach still digests, the liver still processes, the kidneys still work until they don't, right? And then you have to adjust them. But that's what the body does. It breathes in the air, it extracts the gases it doesn't need, it eats the food, it releases the waste it doesn't need. So you're constantly this channel, you are the process of always extracting, utilizing, digesting, and letting go of. That's actually the function of this physical body. It's always happening, and your thoughts are the same way. You are a psychic being. I don't mean that you can predict the future or do readings. That's not what I mean by that. Maybe you can, but that's not what I mean. We are all psychic beings, meaning that that's the energy that we are. I call it psychic energy. We are this intelligence. We are beyond the physical form. So it's when you understand this and know this, it's not to take you out of the earthly experience. Remember something, guys. You've seen memes that say you are a spiritual being having a human experience. No. You are a spiritual being having a spiritual experience. There's nothing lowly about life here. There's a reason why you and all your spirit guides and all the past life versions of yourself are here now, focused in this dimension over and over again every single day. Because this is where your next step of evolution is. It is not on the other side with your starseed friends who are, you're not going to get into the party unless you do this stuff. So you are exactly where you are supposed to be, number one. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, Erica. Okay, you understand that? You're exactly where you are supposed to be. There were no mistakes. There were no mischances. There's nothing for you to regret. Breathe that in for a while, because I feel that you're missing a sobriety, and I think that you know it. It's a spiritual sobriety. What happens is when we are letting the pain pull us into a lower vibration, that starts to become this snowball effect where, and then we're going to listen to sad songs, and then we're going to ask for energy healings and cleansings from everybody that we know, and then we're going to think all sorts of weird thoughts, and none of them are positive and grand and magical like the entire reality of this universe that is and always will be and always was. So, all of reality waits for you to come back into that realization, and that's what's happening now. And so the guides were talking, you building that altar, good. But what if you had built it? And this was the message, now going back to why the guides were showing it. They were showing me that, and Red Eagle was showing me that. So you build it up, and imagine if you built up that whole altar, which maybe you did, and someone just comes along and shoves it all down. What would it take for you to laugh at that moment?
Like a typo on the Oracle deck.
Exactly. It took me time to process that during the show, but I came back to humor. It did bother me. And then I had to let it go.
Well, I'm going to pull another card and read right now, and there might be another typo.
And then I'll go to that other person.
Shannon?
Shannon.
Do you want me to ask if Shannon has a specific question?
Do you have a specific question, Shannon? Because I think that message applies to both of you, which is about there's no mistakes, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And sink into that, breathe into that, let that land, and see that as that's a great divine plan happening right now. That's the message for both of you.
Okay. This is the next card.
Oh, I love that card.
Hold it up.
I remember this one. Look at that.
It's called Service. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We are your in-flight spirit team, and it's our absolute pleasure to guide you on this soulful journey today. How may we be of service? We want to thank you for trusting your personal inner guidance system and choosing to take flight with us using the Oracle deck you hold now. As we prepare for takeoff, a friendly reminder, we may experience a bit of cosmic turbulence from the universe. Don't worry, these little bumps are just part of the ride. Inner travel can be a bit rocky sometimes, but rest assured, this turbulence is only temporary. We're well equipped to soar above the storm, cruising smoothly towards your next spiritual destination. Now, as we enter the service portion of your journey, we've already pre-selected your in-flight nourishment based on your higher self special request. Everything's been prepared to meet your deepest needs, nourishing your body, mind, and spirit for the path ahead. And yes, as we promised, no detail has been overlooked to give you a truly activating, sky-opening experience. Our message to you: delight in service as much as we do. Just as we take joy in pampering and nourishing you, we know that service is not only about what you do, but how you do it. So whether you're called to heal, teach, or uplift others, we encourage you to serve with dedication, grace, and generosity, because those who inspire you have done the same for you. You too are a healer in your own unique way, and we're here to remind you that you can be of service no matter where life takes you. So as we dim the lights, ease your seat back and know that your spirit team is just a meditation away to assist you. Channeled by Riz Mirza.
Wow.
Wow. Erica, you want me? I'll take a picture of this and you can post it in the. Is that possible?
No.
No.
You can't put this in the community?
Mm-mm.
Why?
You can post it on under community post.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then everybody can look at it.
Yeah. You send it to me though.
Yeah. Then
Okay, sure.
Because I have to do it.
Okay.
So yeah, guys. I mean, these are incredible.
Wait, I think I could do it too, couldn't I? I'm signed in.
Yeah, you actually can.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
And it has to be in square format. So you have to go to the app that makes it a square.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. Well, you guys, while he's doing that, we are going to go to our next psychic quiz. Are we ready? Okay, everybody. Some of you guys were already on to some of the items in here and were right in some of your questions earlier, which I cannot believe, but you guys did that. So let me pick another thing. Okay, I have it in my hand. Okay, so start putting your guesses. Interesting why it's tangled. Okay. Everything got interwoven with each other here. I have it in my hand. I'm feeling the texture. I know the purpose. So think of what type of tool, toy, thing, object, whatever it is. Feel the texture. Is it cool? Is it dry? Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it round? Is it square? Is it oblong? Is it triangle? What is the shape? What is the color? What are you sensing that it's about? What is it for? Anything that comes to mind, just put it in the chat and let's see what we have here. Let me check in with you guys. We have a minute delay, so I have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Paul says it's a rabbit foot. All right. I never know when Paul is joking or really trying. I think that's his whole life. We don't know if Paul's ever joking or he's really trying. He could be doing both at the same time forever. Okay, so we have, green rubber. Gosh, it's so close. Keep that in mind. Blue pen.
Somebody said a makeup brush.
Pen, makeup brush. Okay. Car ornament, yellow. It's paper, smooth corners. Whoa, Linda. Linda's been doing really good tonight.
Really?
Yeah. So Linda, just keep that smooth corner and edges. Okay. Keep that in mind. Kathy says round stone. Okay. Kathy, you're onto something. Christine says eyelash curler. Nancy says tool is a face smoothing. Connie says Paul is a mystery, which he is. And Paul is now going with eyeliner. Connie says it's a dinosaur. Shannon says it's a vibrator. That'd be really funny. We should do that just for you, Shannon. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Adelie says stone with on leather or felt string. And Patricia says harmonica. Okay. So here's what it is.
Let's see.
First of all, it's made of paper. No, it's not made of paper. I'm wrong. So forget the paper thing.
It's made of cloth.
It's made of cloth. I always thought it was made of some kind of like, so it's an African. Okay. So It's Riz's shamanic, one of his necklaces, right?
Yeah.
And we got it at a tribal center, and it's made.
No. You're thinking of the other one.
Oh, okay.
This is made by an artist in Sedona.
Oh, okay. And I thought it was paper this whole time. It's actually intricate woven fabrics that are covered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's very interesting. So basically, earlier in the first round, somebody got
I'll wear it.
brown bracelet.
Yeah, a couple people said beads.
Yeah. So,
No.
Too.
yeah. And also somebody said round here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Did we have anybody else that was even close?
No, not on
just
not
the round
so
part.
much on this one,
Yeah.
but
Everybody
it's
thought it was
interesting 'cause
makeup.
in the earlier one, a lot of people were saying like beads and
they were
round
getting it on
and-
the first one.
Yeah, so they were
That's
feeling.
amazing.
So now
What
let's
else was in
continue
there?
on with our
Yeah.
readings.
Mm-hmm.
So Shannon was the other person with the stones,
Right.
and her question was actually about what she did with the stones. She made a medicine wheel in her backyard and has been working on it a lot. And just wanted to know if there was a message about that. She said, just confirmation for her.
She made a medicine wheel. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your guides are aware of it. Make sure that you do. Another thing I would do at this medicine wheel is I would take some sea salt and I would go along the entire path of it to purify the energy there as an offering. And of course, walk around with Palo Santo and sage in an abalone shell and walk the path as well, just to clear the energy for everyone, and do it after every time people use it. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so this is a pet question
Mm-hmm.
about an animal that is about to cross.
Yes, name. Mhm.
The animal name, let's see. Oh, the person's name is Tanya.
Mhm.
The animal is our dog Chester is
Oh,
passing.
what a
He's-
sweet name, Chester.
I know.
Old school, you know?
She said he's losing his battle with cancer.
Yeah, he's already unplugged much of his wiring, you might say.
Yeah, she just wanted to know if there was a message from him or the other side that can help her husband and
He
family.
really appreciates the petting and the stroking and the Did he lose fur on his tail? Is his tail not what it used to be? I'm just curious about that. I'm making a communication about pain. Yes, there is some pain, but not a ton of pain. Yes, there is. And, you know, I like to tell you as I hear it and see it. Do you have any plants near where he likes to lay down or rest? Another question I have for you. Give me a moment. Do you have like squeaky toys that look like food? I want to know that answer first.
He said his tail is okay.
Okay.
Waiting for a response.
Sure.
No plants.
Put some plants where he usually spends most of his time. The energy of plants around him is good for his health, his nervous system health. As far as time, do you want to know when he's going to cross?
You said he had one when we adopted him, a hot dog and a hamburger.
Yeah. Get those and put them near him. He loves those. Specifically the hot dog. If you can buy those again, that would make him happy. Like it's like coming full circle. Mm. Yeah, I know how much that tears your heart out. You know, I say something that sometimes people find, oh, I can't do that. I like to tell people when an animal crosses, very soon after, within the next 3 to 6 months, you should get another animal. You should. Because you have to keep that love and that energy going and knowing that it makes the animal spirits very happy that you continue to care and love for another one of their brothers and sisters. Okay.
Can I interject something right now?
Mm-hmm.
Can you please talk about the fact that Skinwalker Ranch is coming back? It's the only
We can.
It's the only metaphysical fun thing to watch.
It's coming back on June 3rd. I got to move my legs like this.
And we're also looking forward to Gilded Age because we feel like our past life was very similar to the characters from that era. One of our Riz and I's major past lives.
We feel like
we're
that,
looking
don't
forward
we?
to that one. Yeah.
The main couple.
Really awesome. Yeah.
That both of those are in June, by the way.
Yeah. So, but Skinwalker Ranch, I'm like, oh God, I'm waiting.
Skinwalker Ranch, if you guys have never seen it, and I just want to say this because a lot of people that I know
Can I clean your glasses?
that I talk, I'm taking them off now, but you can clean them. Thank you. So a lot of people that I have met don't know about Skinwalker Ranch because I think that the name throws them off.
It
Like
does.
it's some kind of horror thing. And it threw me off for a while myself.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. It was on for years and I never watched it.
It's true.
Until I just took a chance. And no, it was someone on an Instagram reel that said it's the most paranormal place or one of the most paranormal places on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So then, of course, I had to watch. And it is completely legit, guys. So start from the first season. It's called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. You have to start from the first season, first episode. We're going on to season 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a ranch that has quite inexplicable activity.
Where is it again? People are asking where the ranch is.
I believe it's in southern Utah. So watch it. And that's all I can tell you, that there's a scientific perspective that's very strong. And they do not, of course, they cannot rule out the spiritual because it's completely spiritual, but it is it's an incredibly powerful vortex. They believe suspect that a giant UFO is under the ground there. They've detected it with radar, that there's a large disc-shaped object.
Well, all their tools, they're collecting evidence, their scientific tools.
Yes.
And finding metal and different things.
Wow.
It is a ride,
it's
guys.
one of the most fascinating shows out there.
I almost want to start watching from season 1 again because I can't wait till June.
I can't wait either. I can start doing it.
Right?
Yeah, I could start.
You got to
watching
rewatch.
it.
Should we start tonight?
Yeah, we have to.
Want to start with the first episode?
I'm jonesing so hard on it.
I know.
Like, I have to.
We need to see our guys, Travis and Eric.
Yeah.
Those are our guys.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about when you're like, who's Travis? Who's Eric? You'll see.
You'll know.
By the way, I just wanted to let you guys know we're building our new set, and this is why part of the reason we're here, and we want to be here. But the new set is going to be really wicked, and we're really excited about that. We can't wait. Also, different kinds of shows that we're going to be doing. So we like one
on
of
that
them
set. On that set,
Yeah,
but
on
we're
the
going to still
new
do
set.
this, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm even going to be doing some shows with Erica pulling tarot cards because I know people love that. So we'll do some lives and pull some tarot cards and answer your questions too, and also handle other topics because Erica and I did the telepathy tapes, which was super interesting, and we did that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we'll do some deep dives on those. Riz and I will also be doing some deep dives and some interesting conversations.
Channelings.
He's going to be doing tons of channeling.
Tons. Speaking of which,
trance channeling.
if you want to see me live
That's
and channel
right.
this fall, I will be at the Channel Panel in West Virginia, channeling alongside of some of your favorite channelers like Daryl Anka and Bashar and Wendy Kennedy and me and other channelers as well. So come, and if you can make it out on the East Coast, come on down.
Channel.com. Look up where Riz's name is. Click on his picture. Buy the tickets there. It's a weekend. He's on a Sunday, and I believe it's in the afternoon, and he's going to do a workshop and channeling. So you get to have a Q&A separately also. So yeah, there's lots of fun stuff coming up. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. There's so much under the soil here that eventually will come to the surface and we'll share with you.
Great stuff.
Yeah. So, and I really appreciate our community. I want to tell you that it's really fun for me to let you guys into our living room because it's very organic and authentic and real. And it's like you guys are really here. And it's unusual for psychics and mediumship to be done in this way and teachings to be done in this way. And that's part of the reason why we enjoy it so much, is because I know that it solves a major kind of like there's a big gap. There's a big hole missing in humanity where you can't have fun with psychic phenomenon. And I think we're going to fill that gap. And I also feel this is the future. And I also feel eventually most people will start to catch up with this. So you guys are in the early stages. I love that you guys are like, I feel like we're like Steve Jobs and like people are coming in and
Wozniak,
seeing him make the iPhone when it's in the early stages, because most people,
we have been saying to have fun for 20 years.
When they see spirituality, they see spiritual YouTube, they see metaphysical conversations, shamanic conversations, psychic conversations, psychic
it's either
mediumship.
I think it's either too serious
or
it becomes too lowbrow and too nonsense. Like you know, just giving. Well, it's like I see people giving messages on TikTok and on Instagram in these reels, these brand new psychic babies who are giving messages to whoever's watching. Here's your psychic message. Here's your,
whether it's accurate or not.
No, it's not accurate. It's not real psychic work. It's just them trying to get a big following because they are in a sense, they're preying on or taking advantage of the fact that everybody likes to get a message. So but it's too random. It's like the horoscopes back in the day and newspapers that were daily horoscopes that were written by like the person who's making the coffee. That actually used to happen. Now you have some real astrologers. Hey, can I talk about an astrologer for a second?
Yes.
So a lot of people don't know this name. And I'm surprised, and I know he's probably well known. Maybe some people have heard of him. His name is Rob Bresney, Breszny. Rob Bresney. He is one of the most unique astrologers. Well, I'll have to say he's the most unique astrologer I've ever read in my life. And I began reading his stuff because he used to write for a newspaper in New York City that was called The Village Voice. And The Village Voice was this really great, well-written alternative to the New York Daily News and the New York Post. And back in the day, in the 80s and 90s and probably the 70s, it was like where you went to really kind of get much better written stuff and not so corporate. Anyway, and a lot of artists and creative people and thinkers would read it, and people who were into contemporary modern culture. So Rob Bresney had he had a column in that paper called Free Will Astrology. And it was so well written and so unique the way he would start off. And I believe he was channeling. And because the way that Rob Bresney wrote these messages for each sign, it was as if he really tapped in and heard messages from the great gods of astrology and brought them to the people in this very unique way. So I would say go look him up, Rob Bresney, and see what you can find on him. He has a really interesting book that came out about 30 years ago, and it was called Pronoia, not paranoia, but pronoia, how the whole universe is conspiring to help you.
I love that.
So it's a great gift, and I used to give it as gifts to people 30 years ago. I wonder what happened to Rob Bresney. I hope that he's still with us.
He is very much still around. Yeah.
ROB.
So anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, I just find that we're having a little too much of nonsensical psychics and healers doing stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and they don't have any experience and real world experience helping people. They're just trying to get Insta famous. I got nothing against that, but you should be accurate and good at what you do. So let's continue. I do have a couple of more spirit shout outs. Unless you have questions. You have some people waiting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple.
Let's
Let's do some rapid fire ones.
All right. So Vivi says, I would love a message from my spirit guides about my recent romantic connection that I feel is so strong, but because of distance, it's hard to make it work.
That romantic connection definitely came from the heavens, I have to tell you. It's like the grace of the light lowered his palm to you with this person, and it's great. And it was meant for you to understand that that kind of connection can exist, except it's not supposed to be local. And the reason would be because you would jump way too much into it and you would get completely high off of it in a way that's not good for you, not where you're at right now. So it's like saying thank you, and I'll take it any way I can get it, and I'm going to take it and be sober as I receive the blessing of, and at least I know it exists. Got it? Okay. By the way, moonstone is a very good stone for you, my friend. Wear a moonstone. It's very good energy for you. Okay, next person.
All right. This is another relationship question.
Yes.
Carla, my current relationship with my boyfriend is coming to an end. My feelings are no longer there.
Yeah.
Will someone else come into my life? I feel too old to start again. Thank you.
You know, what I see is that as this relationship is opening, it's like finally a room for you to breathe. It wasn't so much about, yes, of course, everybody likes to have a partner in crime, a playmate to be with them on this adventure of life. But this is a time where by the way, you have to start walking a lot. Number one thing for you right now, your therapy is walking. Get yourself a new pair of sneakers. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't need one. Just buy yourself a new pair of sneakers that represent something fun. Let them be colorful. Maybe they're red, maybe they're yellow, maybe they're hot pink, but they should be not your typical white, gray, or black sneakers, okay? Please. And get them and start walking. This was like, this thing that's ending is like you getting fresh air. It's like a new circulatory air energy flowing through your being, my friend. You need that. You need to breathe into that instead of thinking about whether you're going to be with someone else right now or not. That's not the purpose. The purpose of this falling into the light, this relationship falling into the light, let's call it that way. Let's call it that. It wasn't about, well, then who's next? You're next. You're next. Not who's next. So you're next to feel yourself walking and breathing, feeling the air flowing through your system. And it's been a long time coming, and things will blossom from that. And yes, you will want someone to lean on, I know. But you've been carrying that relationship is what I feel. You've been carrying this person. You know that you have. Side question, do you have a Nancy connected to you? Please let us know if you do. I don't know why, but that name is coming up around you. Maybe that person, if you don't know, then maybe that person will be bringing somebody in to you for your life. Okay. Next question.
All right. Let's see. Would you like some choices?
Yes.
Okay. Yasmin.
Uh-huh.
Kim.
Uh-huh.
Abby.
Uh-huh.
Or Jasenia?
Kim.
Okay. Hello, it's Kim.
Hi, Kim. It's Riz.
Do I have a lawsuit? Will I find a new job? Thanks.
Do I have a lawsuit? What does that mean? Do you want to initiate a lawsuit? Please clarify.
Yes. Anything on the new job or business side?
Oh my goodness. It is about what I get about you, Kim, is that you have a big sense of style within you. Like there is a style that is distinctly you. And this is a time for you to come into that magic. It's like, what do you want to create? Ask yourself that. How do you want to, I want to say like this. You have the colors in your paint box, your favorite colors. Let's say your favorite colors have always been, I don't know, purple and pink and certain shades of blue. What if And you, for a long time, you've just been painting with browns and yellows and greens and reds, and you just have never used those special paints because you just thought that those colors were just for you. You know, I'm talking not about literal paints, right? Okay. So what if this now is an opportunity for you to do that rather than, am I going to have a new job? Yes, but what are you now ready to bring to anything that comes to the table? Are you ready to paint with these colors that you've been saving? I feel like you've been saving the best of yourself for this period of time in your life that we have not seen the best of you yet. And it's time for you to bring that forward. What are you waiting for now? Now is the time to bring the best magical you forward. Okay. Did she answer that first question about the lawsuit?
She said yes, but does that?
I said, do you want to initiate a lawsuit?
Okay, then yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have Allison,
Mm-hmm.
Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
Abby,
Mm-hmm.
Jasenia.
Yes. Okay. Allison.
Okay. I just ended a relationship and I'm heartbroken. Is there ever a chance?
Isn't it amazing that during the full moon in Libra, we're hearing a lot of more relationship questions this week, because Libra is all about partnership, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Aries is all about independence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your inner child definitely got wounded on this one, Allison. Who has kids? Is it you or the other person? The best course of action right now that your guides are telling you, by the way, the goddess Athena is one of your guides. All water energy, all mermaid energy, all turquoise, blue, swirly energy around you. I would say, okay, I see what they're showing to me. You know, when you walk on the beach, and let's say you're not in your bathing suit, you're just wearing pants, you would pull the leg of your pants up, right? Up to your knees and just walk in the beach and feel the water.
They both have kids.
Yeah. They both have kids. Yeah. I mean, I see the kids being affected by this. That's why I asked which one had the kids. Okay, equally. Open communication with the kids that you're both going to do your best to navigate, and no love is lessened by this experience, okay? So we obviously just roll up our pants because we don't want our pants to get wet, right, when we're walking on the beach. It's this simple thing that we all do, like that's just natural. And your guides are saying, hey, when you are experiencing some turbulent waters and you don't want to get your pants wet, you just kind of do what's necessary. And with the way they're showing that to me is that, you know, you have to do those boundaries, those limitations as you're making this switch, and that those kinds of things need to be, I don't want to say rules, but protocol needs to be laid out here between two mature adults. And you will find the best way to do that and have those conversations. Again, time to kind of roll up your own sleeves and walk. You might say walk on the beach by yourself and enjoy it. And to feel it's a time for you to reconnect with your own self here.
I was in and out of your answer, but I just glanced over to Mermaid Sea Witch and she said, I want a relationship too. And there's been a lot of conversations I've been hearing and around lately, swirling around about relationships and wanting one or getting out of one or coming into one. And we never, ever really, I mean, we talk about relationships on the show in many different formats and many different ways all the time. But we've never focused on relationships like, ask us any questions about relationships. Like we've never done that, which is ironic because we've been together since 2010.
9.
Yeah.
But who's counting?
And yeah, like I've been married multiple times and this is the love of my life sitting here with me, and I'm going to be with this man for the rest of my life. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Me either.
And we're very happy. And we help people with relationships off camera every single day, primarily, actually. There's a lot of conversation around how to be in a relationship without killing the other person and just being so upset all the time, or how to stop a pending divorce, or how to get a divorce, or how to get into a relationship. And it's a very intricate and detailed process. And we've talked about it so much.
Okay. So
every day.
And now what do you want to do about it?
Well, what I want to do is, I'm curious because it's springtime, it's rebirth, it's Ishtar.
Love is in the air?
Love is in the air. Love is in the air. You know how it goes?
In every da-na-na-na-na.
Do you know how it goes, Erica? Love is in the air. That's all we know.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So if you guys have any questions about
love, let's do some love questions.
About coupling and uncoupling, I want to take a shot at this. I want to cover quite a few people all at once, including Jenny. So this is, how do I attract my partner? 101. How do I do that? Well, everybody's on a different soul path, and everybody has different life lessons they need to learn.
Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. Love is in the air. Every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being fool. Don't know if I'm being wise. But it's something that I'm feeling. And it's there when I'm looking.
Hello. I like when he says there's some, but it's something that I must believe in.
Kathy says, I have my fingers in my ears screaming, la, la, la.
Oh, because she doesn't want to hear it?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. She doesn't want to hear it. Oh, she doesn't want to hear how to attract a relationship. That's funny.
Oh, goodness.
You guys, I'm going to just make it really, 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 really easy. Okay. I'm going to show you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to make it super easy how to get into a relationship, how to stay in one. Have a lot of fun with yourself when you are single, and you'll attract somebody who wants to have fun with you. And while you're married, keep having fun and keep enjoying your life no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. And keep creating, inventing yourself, creating yourself, inventing yourself, creating yourself, enjoying your life. Repeat that over and over and over and over and over for life. And that's all you got to do. And people will want to play with you or not, because somebody will want to play what you're playing in the sandbox.
Right.
They're going to like what you're doing.
Right.
If you are not doing either of these things, anything that I just mentioned, you are not going to attract somebody. And if you do attract somebody under other pretenses where you're not having fun, then you're going to attract somebody at that vibration, and they're not going to be having fun.
Because what else can you do but have fun, whether you're single or coupled? What else can you do, honestly? Because your ultimate goal is you do want to have fun. And so
you can be miserable. That's what else you can
fun
do.
starts with, I mean, who decides if you're having fun?
You do.
Thank you.
But you could also be very miserable.
You sure can.
So you have to decide, right?
Oh,
And
you have to.
You have to decide.
Because everyone, as we were saying this, you can hear the cacophony and symphony of 10,000 voices going, yeah, but what if, but when, but what if we're your partner, and what if this happens, but then what about when this happens? Well, yes, despite that happening, you have to find your own joy. If you look at this, here's what's interesting about relationships. So if someone asks you, how's your relationship doing? The answer is usually dependent upon whether the other person in the relationship is doing what you want them to do. That's how you're going to answer.
That's how you define it.
Oh, yeah. So how's your relationship? Oh, it's going good. Oh, they're doing exactly what you want, right? Okay. Yeah, most of the time. Okay, how's your relationship going? Not so good. Oh, they're not doing what you want. And then it becomes, my question becomes, well, is that a relating relationship, or is that you're the boss and they're the employee? You're the business partner and they're the other business partner. Oh, the boss is saying, well, this employee's showing up late, not doing their work right. They're sloppy, they're careless, they're negligent. And then another person says, well, they're like the warden and this prisoner is not doing well, so I'm going to keep them in solitary for another 3 months. So that's not a relationship. Where's the relating going on? And it has to be, if I may say this, is that when we say we're in love, and you and I have talked about this, that we have found that the way to have more success is to say that you are like you're in something called love, rather than I'm in love with you or I'm in love with you, which can be great, but it can lead you to a lot of problems, actually, rather than we are in the realm of love. We're in the world of love. We're inside of love. We're in love, this thing called love, and we are navigating our way through it together.
And having an independent, individual experience of what love feels like.
I tried
for you
it. Yes, exactly. That's what I try to share with people about my best psychic guidance on this, because what we're talking about is a much deeper, wider reality. Life is energy, rather than you're just here to get what you want all the time.
As I look back at the relationships before you,
yes,
and why they didn't work, it's because when I signed up with that person, when I got together with that person, I was looking to solve a problem. And I outgrew that problem, and the person did not fit the new me ever. And it happened again and again and again, until I realized I needed to stop for my own sanity and nervous system. And so I decided to just enjoy life on my own, by myself, and just enjoy who I am and do life my way. And I started doing that. And then I met Riz, because he was attracted to my frequency.
Right.
And he was in that frequency, which was exactly the same. And he was doing the same thing that I was doing. So when we got together, we just saddled up kind of next to each other and just kind of rode along together. And it's been that way ever since. And that's because I wasn't looking for anything there was no problem to solve.
Right.
I wasn't looking for him to solve any problem.
You had switched gears into self-satisfied and just surrendered to life.
I was just tired of pain. I was tired of suffering.
Yeah.
I was tired of hitting my head against the wall 100,000 times.
But it wasn't, but it again.
I was just ready to.
But that wasn't your vibration. Like, I'm sick of hitting my head against the wall. Your vibration was
but that was the reason why I stopped everything.
Right. That was part of the process that got you to the state of that.
And then I had my awakening. Then I awoke into myself. And then I was in my own grace and glory and my own happiness of being me. And I didn't need anybody to solve any problems for me in that way. You know, Riz has brought a lot to my life. He's brought a lot of information to my life and a lot of experiences that have been like cherry on top of the cake. He's brought the frosting. So I already made the cake. And so he just added all the fun flavors at the top.
And it's not that we didn't have our traumas when we got together. We're not saying that we were, totally trauma and fear free and just completely enlightened and then you meet each other. Not what we're saying, guys. When I say that she was self-satisfied, it meant that she was now breathing her own air and was aware of and not under the avalanche of her trauma. She was aware that, okay, there's traumas. And same thing for me. I began to discover them also before I met her. And then I had a perspective on them and was still working on those things.
I'm going to tell you, because people who are happy being single and enjoying their life, which is great, more power to you.
Right.
And no one's saying that you have to do anything, but I'm just saying as an option, if those of you who are interested, when Riz and I first met, we basically told each other, I'm not looking for a partner. We're not interested in dating anyone. I told him and he told me. We both were not interested in dating. We both were not interested in having a partner or a partnership at all. And there was something about that hit right.
Then I was like, it was just my old definitions. It was my old definitions.
It was a completely new landscape I had never been on before. I have never experienced that before, where we looked at each other, we recognized each other, we understood each other, we knew who each other was. We're like, okay, I get you. And he's like, okay, I get you. And then we were working together and we were spending time together as friends in the beginning. But it was like, we were looking at each other like, we are really close. We're very similar. And there's a lot of things in common. And we have the same path. Like we're looking at in the same direction and we're wanting the same things out of life.
Page.
We're on the same page.
I think that's more important than all of the butterflies and all of this. And you can have those things too, but if you're not on the same page, and I don't even want to define that. That is something that's innate. Like, oh, dude, we're on the same page.
If you guys watch any of our previous shows together since we started, like in 2023, I think it was, the way we interact with each other is how we interacted with each other on day one. We have not stopped being exactly the same way.
Just the way it is right now.
Because we're so surrendered to ourselves and it's not about anyone else. And it's so peaceful within our being because that's the surrender. That's a part of the awakening process that we went through before we met. So by the time we met, we were already just interested in having more fun and more life. And so we've just stayed the same.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten better in different ways individually, but we've improved our communication. I think we've improved a lot of little things just as humans, just as we grow. But it's been the most, and my kids, all 5 kids, they've seen me go through hell and back and they have a lot of opinions because they were the ones going through it with me. And they've all told me this is the most authentic, realist relationship they've ever seen me have and ever seen. And they said, the bar is high, Mom. They're like, good luck to me. And I'm like, you guys can do it. You guys can do it. I just want to say this to the people out there that feel lost in the sauce about relationships or if it'll ever happen, or the name of the game is, I hate to say it, it's just the way the universe works. It's when you stop trying. I hate that phrase too, because God, I know how much we try for things. Everything we want in life, there's a trying, and I get it. But there's something that happens when you release that trying and the pressure of trying and that energy frequency that you put out of trying. And what happens when you just let go and start like roller skating, you just start skating down the sidewalk. You put on your fancy roller skates and you just put the music on and you just start skating.
You roller disco it out, baby.
That's when you're the most attractive, y'all. Hello.
Rainbow afro wig and roller skates.
Exactly.
Okay. I saw a question there. It's highlighted in orange.
Yes.
What does that mean? A super chat?
Yes.
I didn't know we were still taking super chats.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
Because I'm not trying to turn them off. Sorry.
Okay.
This is from Yasmin. What is the reason for the hundreds of stones and crystals I've bought in the last 2 years to sell them or gift them? I can't seem to be able to start an online business. Something feels off.
Okay. Well, it's not with crystals. And the crystals are not the issue at all. I would say just set a portion aside to gift and set a portion aside to sell. This is right down, not exactly down the middle, but just take a third and give those away. Yes. Online business. Let me look into that. Because you are more of the message than the product, Yasmin. Meaning that whatever it is, whether it's a good or a service of your online business, people need to see you and hear you. Just the way you're seeing and hearing me now. Yes, do you mean video, Riz? Yes, I do. And whatever it takes for you to get yourself together and get your act together to be on video and to hone the things that you feel, see, believe, and intellectualize and express, those things need to be there. And it's going to be good for you. It's going to be you upping your game. You're not done in life. There is a whole nother chapter left. There's another third to your life that is going on, and you have to show up. You imagine going to a play. You see the first and second act, Yasmin. You take a break. There's an intermission, and you're all excited for the third act, and all the actors are tired. I can't do this anymore. They're putting lackluster performances in. No, the third act is everything, guys. The third act is everything. Yasmin, the third act is everything. Step up. Freshen up. Get on point. Let go of the past and disappointments. Come at it from another new contemporary angle. Do it. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm answering a question, but I could also end because we're ending the show pretty soon.
Are we?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I am going to answer this
7:55.
question to Linda. I was texting it out, but I can just say it. It'll probably be easier.
Jenny, you're so funny. You text me. I just Jenny text me during the show. Go ahead.
I forgot to put the right settings on my phone. It just told me there's a call coming in. Okay. Okay, so this is for Linda. And the question was, when there's a lot of like deep, hardships happening in your life, how do you keep feeling like you're having fun or being fun, or how do you just have fun? And I was telling her that, Riz and I have experienced what I would say is deep trauma in our life, being that we lost our parents, family members, friends to death. And then also just the hardships of life, and then relationship hardships.
Trying to get your work going into the public eye, and what our own personal goals were for this work.
Yeah. And just everything that we've gone through. And then on top of that, our daily work is kind of like an ER room in some ways, because we deal with a lot of trauma at times, where people have a lot of trauma in their life. And that's the conversations that we have on a regular basis. So it's like if we're working in an ER room sometimes.
Yeah.
And so could you imagine if we let all of that dictate to us how we're going to be, like as far as like we're sad and depressed and hurt and mad and angry and all these negative emotions, then we'll never, ever, ever have anything good in our life. In other words, the rest of our life is going to be one gray note. It's just one gray scale, just one note. There's no options. You're not giving yourself any options. So you're saying, well, I guess this is it. It's just going to suck. Life is just going to suck. Everything's been hard. It's going to continue to be hard, and it'll always be hard. And then you just set your mind to this, like, turn the color off, turn the vibrancy off, turn off all this, go to gray, go to sadness and depression, and then stay on that course for the rest of your life, because how is it going to change?
Right.
And then at the end, when you're 80, 90 years old and you look back on your deathbed, if you're lucky to make it that long, you look back and then you say, wow, so I was just mad and depressed and angry at this entire life. Like this was a dud. This life was a dud. What a waste. Why did I come here? What a waste of a perfectly good life. And what a waste of a perfectly good avatar. You even picked your name. You even picked your gender. You even picked where you're going to live.
Picked your parents.
You picked everything, and you blew it on depression and sadness and anger,
And
because you are pissed off and angry and sad and depressed at everything and everyone.
No way. You can't do that.
And nobody is going to stop you from it. It's the train you're on. And so when you ask me, how can I choose happiness and joy and fun? You have two options. You have two options.
You do or you don't.
Yeah. You're either colorful and fun and happy, or grayscale and dark and cloudy.
So
and
I think
sad.
the question there is like, but some people do not believe, and this is, I think, one of the biggest teachings of the next century, is that happiness is a choice rather than something that happens when you get what you want exactly the way you want it, or somewhat exactly the way you want it.
It is a choice, because you will find that if you ascribe happiness to circumstances, you will find time and time again.
Ooh, please don't do that.
And if you want to be smart about this, let's say you write down all your findings. If I can accomplish this, then I'll be happy. If I can accomplish this, then I'll be happy. Write your list, right? So let's say 10 years go by, you look back to see how much of that you've accomplished. And then if you can scratch one or two off, you're lucky, right? So even if you scratch some of them off, you're still not going to be happy, because there's still more on the list. So you still have all these excuses why you can't be happy, right? So in order to be happy, you have to actually realize there is no list. You can never have a list. The list of how to be happy, if I had this, then I'll be happy. That list is what's making you unhappy.
That's the when and then scenario.
It is the circumstantial evidence.
When this happens, then that.
So you are basing
Right.
your happiness on circumstances. So anything outside of you means it has more power than you.
And that's the big gear shift that would probably change thousands of years of programming that we have had.
And don't you get confused because let me just use media as an example, okay? You get confused because you sit in front of media. You sit in front of television, social media, and Instagram, whatnot. And you sit there and it tells you something, right? So it's telling you good things and bad things. But you're looking at it like, oh, well, this is the way it's supposed to be because our brains are programmable. So we're like, oh, okay, so if I have that vacation, then I'll be happy. Or if I go there, or if I have a guy like that,
Or I
if
look like that, or
if
I wear
have those
that.
clothes,
Yeah.
or if I look like this, then I'll be happy, right?
Right.
Or I just need that, then I'll be happy. Let me buy that product. Let me buy that. Let me buy that. Let me buy that. And so what is happening is 90% of the time, what's coming towards you on social media and television is merchandise selling. Buy my thing. And if you buy my thing, you'll be happy. And so it's telling your brain you can't be happy without those things. And so you don't even realize what's happening in the background. There's this subconscious, are you okay?
Yeah.
There's this subconscious dialogue that's going on in the back of your mind where you think, well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and I don't have the things I'm supposed to have.
And we don't
I'm
mean
not,
just material things.
and I'm not doing
Right?
the things I want to be doing, and I can't. And so that the disappointment and the depression and the sadness that comes with that, there is no way that you're going to be able to pick yourself up. It's so hard to pick yourself up from those beliefs and say, I'm just going to go and create my life now and go have fun and go to hiking in that mountain I want to go to. And let me just take that cruise I want to go to. It's hard to do that when you are so depressed and angry. So how can you, it's like no lubrication. It's kind of like the gears are with no lubrication. Like imagine gears. So your gears have grinded to a halt. They're like stuck. And so a lot of people say to us, we feel stuck. We feel stuck. We just feel stuck. I just feel stuck. And the reason you feel stuck is you've grinded to a halt. Okay. You've grinded to a halt like this. And so what happens is you have to loosen the gears. These gears are your belief systems, and your belief systems are telling you that something's wrong all the time. So when you put the lubrication is when you tell yourself, you know what? I only got one lifetime. The clock is ticking and the
Only one
calendar
you're going
is
to remember.
flying by.
Mostly.
And I'm going so fast through this life. I'm getting older by the second. It's ridiculous. I better make a move. And if you don't make a move, this life is going to go fast, and you're going to turn back and you're going to go, oh my gosh, what did I do? I only spent 5 years being happy and the rest was just shit. So no, you guys, no, you have to actually stop. You have to lubricate these stuck wheels. You know, this is the most simplest way that we can actually put words to this phenomenon of being stuck, because this is the most popular word I think people say all the time.
Sure.
I feel stuck. And the reason they feel stuck is because your belief system has grinded you to a halt, because it no longer is moving. Everything you have said to yourself is not forward moving.
Because the technology, if you look at life, right, technology takes you to a certain point until your need and desire for wanting something more. So look, when we had telephones, right? Telephones were a new invention at some point. And then when we were kids, there was a show called The Jetsons. Remember The Jetsons? The Jetsons had video cameras, video phones. And it was amazing to watch as a kid. In the cartoon for kids, there was basically FaceTime and Zoom. And we didn't have that. We were nowhere close to that. And yet, that imagination of fun, of imagine what that could be, that we could actually see each other and have a conversation like a telephone, a video phone call. Well, all of that collective consciousness started brewing for a decade. and erupted or blossomed into the technology that we have today. That's a physical technology that started with the idea of imagine if we had that. That's an idea, that's energy. That is intelligence, love, creation, curiosity, and need together. You have all of those things when it comes to the things you want in your life. So the inner technology is the same thing, right? We have information technology, IT, and then we have IT, which is called inner technology. So your inner technology is, well, how do I have that thing that I want? How do I have that thing, that next level? And so the inner technology has to be developed. And so that's what we're talking about all the time. This show is about inner technology. Psychic work is inner technology. Everything metaphysical, everything energetic, all of it has to do with inner technology.
People don't realize that psychic work is inner technology.
Yes.
People think psychic work is some mystical, magical thing that cannot be ascribed a meaning or...
It's not quantitative and it's not consistent. Of course it is.
If you break down psychic abilities, you guys, you're going to get very technical and it starts to get very real.
And I'm going to talk about that in the class on Wednesday. So, you guys, we're going to dive into this stuff a lot more. All of this is connected. The spiritual and the transformational, you can't really have one without the other. So that's what we are sharing with you guys. And we love being here and sharing it with you guys. My God, it's been 1.5 years of this.
Well,
hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been since 2023, actually.
Wow.
I think that's how long we've been on the air.
Great time tonight.
So I hope, I could have continued going on, as you guys know. So we will have to pick that up another time and finish about how to choose happiness.
Yes.
But meanwhile, I hope you go into your slumber with happiness and joy and peace in your heart and tell yourself, I am allowed to change my thoughts.
Yes.
I am allowed to have new thoughts.
And
I am allowed to be a new person. I am allowed to be who I want to be. I am allowed to enjoy this life the way I want to enjoy this life. And it is for me to have, and it's not for anybody else. It's a private journey you're on. Make it important, make it special, because that's how you are. That's who you are.
Yeah. You are remembering. Yes. That's how you open your psychic senses, is that you realize that your sensitivity is your strength. You drop all expectations and you begin to see that you're really not alone, that you are living in the world of spirit and psychic energy. And there's so much magic happening right where you are in the room that you are sitting in right now. There's a lot of magic in the unseen, and you just have to quiet your mind and still yourself more. And you will begin to feel and interpret and download more. And we're happy to help you with all of that. Thank you guys.
All right. We'll see you next
2
time.
weeks.